Welcome to Brati's Kitchen. Firstly, my strong apologies for not showing up for so long and not wishing you all a happy new year. And so, let me properly wish you all. Wishing all my adorable friends, my followers, my family, and well wishers a very, very, very happy and a prosperous new year. May you all stay blessed and happy always with your adorable families. So, today I am going to be showing you how to make veg sliders. Now, veg sliders are nothing but mini burgers, so I'll be showing you how to make the bun recipe today. And trust me, these are something really to die for when it's home baked. So, very quick to make and very easy. So, why are we waiting? Let's get cooking. So first I would need about 2 tablespoons of sugar. I am taking brown sugar here, you may use a regular one. And to it I will add 2 tablespoons of active dry yeast. Any brand, any company would do. Just make sure you're adding about 2 tablespoons of it. And then to it I will now add half a teaspoon of salt and half a cup of warm milk. Now this is a very essential stage and procedure. You have to make sure that the milk or water, whichever you add, is just right and perfectly warm and nothing hot or beyond that, because it might kill the yeast. Now let it rest for 15 minutes, and after 15 minutes you will see your yeast is proofed up. But due to winter my yeast hasn't proofed up well, so I'm showing you the other one, which are the following evening. Again I made couple of donuts and pizzas and all. So this is how your yeast should look like, full of fizz and raised up. Now this ensures a perfect textured dough. Now nevertheless, I am not going to worry much, because after kneading the dough I'll give about 1.5 an hour where there are chances for it to kind of perfectly get raised and all of that. So now to it I'm adding about 2 cups of all-purpose flour and half a teaspoon of salt or salt as per taste. And then give it a good mix and add about 3 to 4 tablespoons of olive oil. If you do not have olive oil, replace it with any regular oil. And now I don't want to make my hands messy, and also fortunately, because the quantity is too less, I'm able to kind of knead it with the help of a spoon. So the first initial procedure with kneading will be with a spoon, because it's quite convenient. So just give it a good mix, because it's too sticky and I don't want to make it too messy, putting my hands on. I'm just using a spoon. You might as well use your hands and knead it nicely and super well, and grease it with little oil, olive oil or regular oil, and let it rest for 1 good hour. Now during winters it might take some time to kind of proof up and probably get that proper and perfect texture. So you might as well kind of give it about, say, another half an hour. So 1.5 an hour max for it to rest well and proof up. Now you will see that our dough has doubled up. So it did not take much time, because probably it was around 12 noon already and it wasn't too chilled or too cold a weather here. So I just got my dough perfectly proofed up. So I'm just giving it a good mix and kneading it super well, and I'm going to be kneading it further for about 5 more minutes, because as long as the making of a good proper textured bun or pizza or anything is concerned, it is all completely dependent on how you knead your dough. So you just give it a good knead for about 5 minutes. Use the flour, if required, a little bit of oil, and then grease it, nicely dust it, and then knead it super well for 5 minutes the way I'm showing you. So just knead it nicely, and once you're done, just sprinkle little oil and knead it for the final time, and we will start making our burger bun balls. Now for burger bun balls we would require an oven or a microwave and a baking tray. So next I would, just after punching and playing around with this dough, I would now need a baking tray. So I am done kneading my dough properly. Almost it took about 5 to 6 minutes roughly. So now I'm taking my baking tray and I'm greasing it super well. You might as well use a parchment paper if you have, else just greasing with oil, little bit of oil would do. And once it is done, we are going to make our burger bun balls, and this time burger bun balls are going to be so interesting because these are so tiny and cute little balls. I'm going to be taking the balls of that, the size of that of a puri ball. So basically nothing more or less. You would just have to take it super easy. छोटे छोटे balls बनाने हैं आपको, जितना आपका पूरी का size है उतना, तो उसको लो अपने palm में ऐसे दबाना है. So you have to just slightly press it and pinch it from all the corners and bring it inside, so that A, it comes out round in shape, B, it comes out spongy and soft and super textured from inside. So it just comes out really nice. So this is the procedure you do. You just pinch it from all the corners, bring it inside, roll it up and put it in. So that is how you have to make all the balls. So continue the procedure until you're done making the entire lot, and I think I've got roughly around 15 to 20 of them. And trust me, it was such a super hit. In fact, this was actually for the Christmas Eve that I made, because coincidentally it's my husband's birthday as well on the 26th. So what I do is I club the celebration, and in fact we had a family get together where I apparently also celebrated my co-sister's birthday, which was on the 23rd. So 23rd, 25th, 26th, entire celebration was a gala time for the family. So these are some of the pics of the yummies that I made. This is canapes filled with chole, these are noodle spring rolls, these are paneer tikkas, and then of course these sliders, the veg burger जिसकी रेसिपी फिलहाल चल रही है. And the hit was the cakes that I made, one for hubby, which is Hennessy, and this one for my co-sister, and they were both with chocolate cake, and some takeaways which are cupcakes. So let's get back to the business. So we're making these balls, so make these tiny little balls. So just keep continuing the same procedure until you're done making the entire lot. These look so nice and beautiful. So once you're done making the ball, slightly press it on the top, because buns are always a little flat on the top. Now once you're done making, just let it rest for 10 minutes. After resting for 10 to 15 minutes, it has proofed up a little more, as in the size has doubled. Now once it is done, just grease it super well with milk. I'm using plain milk here. You may use a little sugar in it. That gives you a little brown texture as well as good taste. The sweet little taste in buns is usually because of the sugar milk that they use. So I'm using just plain milk here. It also helps in avoiding the unwanted cracks on the buns. So once you're done greasing it with the milk, you will sprinkle generous amount sesame seeds on top. Now sesame seed and onion seed, all these are completely optional. I just want to make it look interesting, so I added, because usually buns do have them, so just make it look interesting. So just sprinkle very, very generous amount of sesame, and I'm just done sprinkling sesame seed. I'm just going to be sprinkling a little bit of onion seeds too, just to make it look interesting. And once I'm done, I will just pop it in my microwave for about say 20 to 25 minutes until I get the brown textured, beautifully baked buns. I would just bake it until then. So this is going straight in. And voila, look at the beautiful buns. Oh my god, these are such gorgeous babies. I must tell you, this was like such a hit that I decided to make laddi pav. I have decided to make my breads. I mean, I just don't want to buy anything from outside anymore. This was like tremendous. What you call happiness. I cannot express how soft it turned out, because these were so fresh, and that aroma, and that flavor coming through, every bite was just heavenly good. And I was feeling so proud of myself, because I'm so happy that I made it. And when I got all the lovely compliments, especially from the kids, I was like, oh my god, on ninth heaven, or wherever I was in a very happy place. So yeah. I was so happy, and I think that you all should try this recipe. And of course the same recipe goes for making your laddi pav and your pizzas. Of course the same recipe again. So I think you all should try this. Look at the beautiful texture. It is so spongy and soft. Trust me, it just I don't know. I mean, that feeling of making bread was something in my to-do list. It was there from ages, and when I did it and I got good results, I just couldn't control my excitement. So look at that, soft. It is pretty hot, let me tell you. When I was breaking this, you can see that smoke coming through from inside, so soft and beautiful. And these were really worth making, and I just am tasting, let me tell you, this was a heavenly bite. So so this comes out really yum. You can store them, as I said, for about a week. So I'm just storing the extra ones, because that evening I had actually made about, say, around 10 burgers. The rest I kept it aside for the following weekend. So you can store them in your fridge, wherever. It stays good in the winters, even when kept out. So just make as much as you want if you do not want to store. But these are really worth making, so do give it a try, dearies. And next time I promise to show you how to make the mini patties as well. So here today I couldn't record while making the patty, because I was pretty much busy on that day, so I could just record making the buns. So I had made wedge patties here. Wedge patties were really super crispy and yummy too. So I had just assembled them with some lettuce, some onions, some homemade mayonnaise. Mayonnaise, of course, the recipe I'd already uploaded. You can check in my videos. And of course, then put a little bit of whatever sauce you like, and cheese, and serve it with love. So do give it a try. It's really going to be a hit at your place as well, if you have kids especially. Thank you so much for taking out your precious time, and thank you for watching Prati's Kitchen.